as in the Pacific Northwest, where the Cascades in Washington and the Olympic Mountains in Oregon can see as much as 2 feet of snow tonight. So no snow for us on our neck of the woods. We'll just see mostly cloudy skies tonight. Those mostly cloudy skies will help to keep some of the warmth that we saw today, and temperatures will be a little bit mild for us for the overnight tonight. High pressure in control, and you can see some of the cloudiness. We'll take a little closer look at the clouds that we saw today. This is from about noon this afternoon. You can see some of that cloudiness just sort of hanging on. The picture's a little bit deceiving as we get towards the end of this loop here. Looks like it's clearing out, but then again, some of those higher level clouds not necessarily showing up on this particular image. So again, we'll see more of this activity move into our area, and again, keep skies mostly cloudy and temperatures warm for the overnight tonight. How's the forecast shaping up? We'll take a look at that. Mild temperatures for us to continue tomorrow. Skies will be mostly cloudy, periods of sun and periods of clouds. High pressure remains in control of the eastern half of the country for the most part. Temperatures tomorrow pretty mild, like we said, ranging in the lower to middle 60s. So it'll be warm. Try to get out there and take advantage of that. How's Monday shaping up as we head back to work from this long holiday weekend? Continued mild. Skies will be a little more cloudy as we go into, especially Monday afternoon, ahead of this cold front, which will end up being an effect for our weather as we go into Tuesday morning. Temperatures on your Monday on the order of the lower 60s. That said, let's take a look at the forecast then for tonight. What we'll see, temperatures, again, milder than what we saw last night, some 10 degrees, in fact, 38 the overnight low, mostly cloudy skies, and winds will be light out of the south for the overnight. Tomorrow, 63 degrees. Very nice for this time of the year. Partly sunny skies, continued mild, and winds will continue out of the southwest at 5 to 10. Valley conditions tomorrow, a few degrees warmer, 65 we're going to call it. Mix of sun and clouds, and winds continue out of the south at 10. Here's the 5-day, folks. Take a look at it. Pretty nice for this time of the year. 64 and 60 respectively for Sunday and Monday temperatures. Look at those overnight lows, Kevin. They're 47 and 45, so pretty warm, and then we cool off as we go towards the end of the week. But a little bit of rain looks like for Tuesday.
That's okay. I think we need it. How was your New Year?
It was great. How about yours?
It was very good. You know, we've been blessed all over the place with no Y2K problems except one. Coming in today, I look at my watch. It says 1-1. It says it's Friday. It's not Friday. I haven't yet to check to see if the 1900 was a Friday on January 1st.
Get back to me on that.
I will. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Still ahead. Well, we've been blessed with some mild temperatures as well, but that's not the case in Minnesota. Even so, it was still a great day for a swim. More pictures of another rite of New Year's Day when we come back.
Happy holidays begin at the Charlottesville Ice Park. Bring your friends and family out to enjoy all of the magnificent fun we planned just for you this holiday season at the Ice Park. Celebrate the holidays with our extended public skating sessions offered daily now through New Year's. Surprise the skater on your list with skating school and hockey classes. Hurry and sign up now. Classes start at $50 for a 6-week session and begin January 8th. Happy holidays do begin at the Charlottesville Ice Park.
The holidays aren't always happy. Sometimes holiday expectations leave people feeling alone and isolated. Depression is a debilitating disease, but it can be treated. At UVA Psychiatry Services, we understand depression, and we can help. If you're experiencing depression or anxiety this holiday season, call us at 243-4646 so we can discuss how you're feeling and the treatment option that would be best for you. We can help your holidays be merry again.
No matter where you look, the financial world is brimming with capital-generating tools for individuals and for companies. Yet in the entire world, there is but a single desire: to possess the most elusive commodity of all, an idea. For insight into your financial needs, come to the mountain called First Union Securities. Yet another way for the mountain to come to you.
Dennis Enterprises, the real auto superstore, wishes you a happy and safe new year. We have fresh shipments of vehicles arriving almost daily. Get late model, low mileage, used cars, trucks, vans, and sport utilities, all priced to move now. Ring in the new year by driving off in your dream vehicle and save thousands. See our expanded selection of great vehicles at the lowest prices around. Credit is easy with no hassle finance plans handled at the dealership. Happy New Year from the real auto superstore, Route 250 East at the top of Fantops Mountain, Charlottesville.
Hi, I'm Dave Cupp. If you didn't watch Dateline 29 News last week, you missed our conversations with the new sheriffs in the counties of Albemarle and Louisa and Orange. We explained why Governor Gilmore is so popular halfway through his term and how some dedicated people are saving animals' lives. We covered big layoffs at Value America, and we completed our look at the year gone by in Central Virginia and the Shenandoah Valley. In this new century, from the Valley to Richmond, get connected with Dateline 29. News.
The hiring process continues for a new Fluvanna County administrator. Fluvanna supervisors say they hope to announce their selection this week. One final candidate remains in the running after another finalist withdrew his application. Supervisors have been looking for a replacement for former Administrator Dean Belair since he resigned in October. Well, New Year's Day just wouldn't be the same without the Tournament of Roses parade. From marching bands to decorative floats, hundreds of thousands of folks, 500,000 to be exact, lined the streets of Pasadena, California to see the 100th 11th annual installment. The weather was touch and go last night when a strong rainstorm passed through, but the sun came out, making for a perfect day for a parade. Looking to cure that hangover from last night's big party, we might have the answer for you. How about the world's largest Bloody Mary? It can be found in New Orleans, if you're interested. The Bloody Mary's 10-foot cocktail glass contained 800 gallons of V8, 12 gallons of Tabasco sauce, and 220 gallons of vodka. More than enough to cure today's hangover and give you a head start on one for tomorrow. Great. And one might say these guys celebrated too hard last night to do what they did today. More than 100 people dove right into the new millennium by diving right into Minnesota's Lake Minnetonka today. It's the 10th year of the New Year's tradition, and it was relatively warm in the Twin Cities for this year's polar plunge. At 9 a.m., the temperature was just 25 degrees with a wind chill 10 above. Downright balmy. Sports is next. We'll have more on a big blow to Virginia Tech as the Hokies prepare for the Sugar Bowl, and a former Cavalier is rewarded for a job well done. Gary tells us all about it coming up.
At Purcell's, we've imported thousands of pile and flat weave rugs. For 2 weeks, they're on sale at wholesale and below. Persian designs, room sizes starting at $800. Turkoman designs, room sizes starting at $560. Sumacs start at $480 for room sizes. Scatter sizes start at $125. Kilim runners, $60 in a 12-foot length. 4x6 kilims for $40 to $60. Room sizes for $480 and up. Prices you won't believe at Purcell Oriental Rug Company on the downtown mall.
You'll keep up with the Cavaliers in a minute. The Cavalier Minute, Tuesdays and Thursdays in Dateline 29 News at sunrise and Dateline 29 News at noon. Get the inside story on the student athletes and coaches of Virginia's nationally acclaimed sports programs. Football, basketball, soccer, field hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. See them all in the Cavalier Minute at 6:20 a.m. and 12:20 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays on NBC 29.
The Cavalier Minute, brought to you by Guarantee Bank. Come grow with Guarantee.
ACAC is the casual club. It's not a fashion parade. It's real people just like you having a great experience in a comfortable and supportive environment. Our team at ACAC will guide you through 7 personal one-on-one sessions to ensure that you feel comfortable and confident with your new exercise program. Half an hour, 3 times a week is all you need. Enjoy the difference that ACAC can make in your life. There's no pressure to join. Simply drop in or give us a call. At ACAC, we change lives.
Now it's my turn to relax. What in the world was that?
Earthling, I need some wheels. Take me to your leader.
Oh!
What a day. I love helping everybody drive away in great cars.
What about this deal, boss?
JR, what planet are you on? Of course it's approved. Everybody rides at Freebridge Auto Sales. Don't be a stranger. At Freebridge Auto Sales, we'll make the right deal for you. Call or stop by today, because at Freebridge Auto Sales,
everybody rides!
Fell off the swing.
I touched the car and the alarm went off.
My grandson learned from a very early age, you never get over on your nana.
A 10-year-old, a brick, and a smashed taillight.
Did you ever have a brick in your hand?
No.
Did your cousin?
Yes.
Did you tell that to your dad?
No.
See, I don't even have to get dressed up for Halloween. I just go as me.
Justice with an attitude. Judge Judy.
Monday morning at 11 on NBC 29.
Well, yesterday, I guess the big news out of Virginia Tech camp was Corey Moore's not talking to the media anymore. I guess he got into a verbal spout with the...
Well, there are a lot of rumors that was planned. Like he had been talking about, yeah, I've got a big surprise for the press when I come out today. And he said some things, and I think he's really just messing with them rather than being serious. So he's been doing it all year.
But that's the least of their problems today.
Unfortunately, yes, that is the least of their problems. Some very bad news coming out of Virginia Tech Sugar Bowl camp. All Big East punt returner and starting wideout Ricky Hall broke his left foot during a practice yesterday, and Ricky came in as Virginia Tech in 1997 as a junior college All-American transfer from Butler Community College in Kansas. Hall said he wants to play with a special brace on the injured foot, but Tech's team doctor said the chances of Hall playing on January 4th are pretty doubtful. This season, Hall had a bigger role as a punt returner than he did as a wideout and led the nation for most of the season in punt return yards. Well, even without Ricky Hall, the Hokies are still a solid team at wide receiver because some guy named Andre Davis, I'm not real sure. As far as kick returning duties go, running backs Sharon Stith and Andre Kendrick will probably see more time in the return team. And the big game is only 3 days away, and Florida State head coach Bobby Bowden had some pretty nice things to say about Frank Beamer's team.
They're not a team that got there just on their offense. They're not a team that got there just on their defense. They're a team that got there on their kicking offense and defense. You're solid all the way. And their kicking game is a little bit more solid than Tennessee's was. So anyway, that's the way I see them. Solid football team that if you go out there and make mistakes, forget it.
Whole season in full swing. ACC and Big East going head-to-head this afternoon. The Hurricanes against Heisman runner-up Joe Hamilton and the Yellow Jackets in the Gator Bowl. First half action, Miami on Tech's 8-yard line and knocking on the door until James Jackson breaks it down. Bit rude, don't you think? But Jackson's 8-yard scoring run made it 7-0 Miami. Hurricane warning is in full effect. Kenny Kelly hits Andre King, who blows by the secondary on his way for a 15-yard touchdown. The estimated damage, 14-0 Miami lead. But Joey Hamilton wasn't the Heisman runner-up for nothing. Keeps it on the option and waltzes in from 17 yards out. Perhaps more of a high step than a waltz. 14-7 nonetheless. Butch Davis saying, hey, buddy, I could have stopped him. Yeah, sure, Butch. Miami too much for Tech defense today. Clinton Portis breaks loose, slips through a couple of weak tackles, and I do mean weak, and he's gone. 73 yards later, the Hurricane damage was 21-7, and the Canes blow into Jacksonville and beat the Jackets by a final of 28-13. More bowling, the Texas Longhorns and the Arkansas Razorbacks from Dallas, Texas. Things not going well for Major Applewhite. Quentin Caver comes to the line untouched for the sack, and the Hogs had 8 sacks on the day. It was 3-3 at the half of the third. Arkansas quarterback Clint Storner avoids a sack, then throws to a wide-open Cedric Cobbs, and Cedric sprints in for the touchdown, and Arkansas leads 10-3. Living up to their nickname, the Hogs, hogging the ball. Michael Jenkins gets some great blocking up front, then sheds a tackler, and he's gone. They can't keep up. 42-yard touchdown, 17-6 Hogs. A long day for the Longhorns. Major Applewhite goes down with a knee injury. He would not return. Arkansas put this one away by giving the ball to Cedric Cobbs, and he does the rest. Sprinting down the sideline, 37 yards into the end zone, and Arkansas brands the Longhorns 27-6. The Florida Gators and the Michigan State Spartans battling it out in the Citrus Bowl. Second quarter, Spartans driving. Bill Burke throws to Plaxico Burress. You'll see him in the NFL next year. 38-yard touchdown catch, 10-7 Michigan State Spartans. This kid is incredible. Spartan defense, Rich Newsom sacks Doug Johnson, forcing the fumble, and TJ Turner recovers and takes it 24 yards to the house, 17-7 State. Oh, but back come the Gators. You can never count them out. Doug Johnson, the quarterback this year, playing pretty well. Throws over the middle to Travis Taylor, and Taylor 39 yards for the score. Florida on top, 27-26. Now, we're tied up at 34 with time running out in the fourth quarter. Ettinger boots a 39-yarder to win it on the final play of the game, 37-34, Michigan State over Florida. Steve Spurrier, his first ever 3-game losing streak at Florida. Another Heisman finalist, Drew Brees, and Purdue taking on the Georgia Bulldogs in Tampa, Florida. Brees getting a jump start on the Heisman campaign for next season. First quarter hits Chris Daniels with a 3-yard touchdown pass, 7-0 Purdue. And Drew Brees again, this time from 18 yards out, but to the same receiver. Chris Daniels, 13-0 Boilermakers. And we're going to get tired of hearing his name, aren't we? Yep, Drew Brees. Another touchdown pass, this time to my cousin Vinny Sutherland. Two-pointer failed, 19-0 Purdue. It was 25-7 at the half. Back come the Bulldogs. Quincy Carter keeps it on the quarterback draw, because that's what you do. Goes 8 yards for the touchdown, makes it a 7-point game, 25-18 with a $1:30 to play. Quincy Carter scrambling, throws it up for grabs. Georgia's Randy McMichael comes down with it. We're tied at 25, going to overtime where Hap Hines kicks a 21-yarder to win it. Georgia scores 28 unanswered points to win it in overtime, 28-25. One NFL note on this college football Saturday, former Virginia Cavalier walk-on Patrick Jeffers signed a 4-year extension with the Carolina Panthers last week. Jeffers, now in his 4th season in the NFL, with his 3rd team, signed a 4-year contract worth $10 million, and he's worth it. So far this season, he's nearly tripled the first 3 years of his career combined. Heading into Week 17, Patrick has 56 receptions for 917 yards and 10 touchdowns, 6 in the last 4 games, to become one of the NFL's most dangerous receivers.
Had to show him beating the Steelers there, didn't you?
Well, you know.
I mean, we ended up beating them ultimately, but you had to show that.
You're a Steelers fan. Anything I can do, get a little jab at you.
Yeah. Well, we're going to win tomorrow. We're not going to lose 10 in the season.
Okay. All right, we'll see.
Not gonna win tomorrow. Anyway.
You anchor tomorrow?
Yes. No.
Okay.
No.
No? Good.
See, I can't. See, I plan things accordingly. Thanks, Gary. Right back.
After 30 years of service in Central Virginia, Patricia is retiring. To show her appreciation, Patricia has reduced the prices on all wedding gowns and accessories. Stop by Patricia's today for top quality gowns at a price you can't refuse. Hurry, sale ends February 5th. Call 293-2133 for your appointment. Patricia's, 1067 Millmont Street behind Barracks Road Shopping Center, where value and quality are affordable.
Nickel Talk. What do you remember buying for a nickel?
I remember when I could buy a pack of gum for a nickel.
I remember when I could buy a soda pop for a nickel.
Now, residential long-distance service for as little as a nickel a minute. It's Nickel Talk from CFW and Telos. More ways to bring more people together. For residential long-distance service for as little as a nickel a minute, it's CFW and Telos. Solutions for all your communications needs.
More ways to bring more people together.
You can bring in the new year the same old way. Or you can start it the right way at Schuel's. This Sunday and Monday, Schuel's is kicking off the year 2000 with special savings throughout the store on home furnishings, bedding, appliances, electronics, and more. Plus, you can shop with no money down and pay no finance charges for up to 1 year. This year, make a resolution to start the year off right. And go to the 2000 kickoff sale this Sunday and Monday at Schuel's. Everything for your home today.
Monday morning, get connected with the news you need. Dateline 29 News at sunrise.
Every year, people make New Year's resolutions, and one of the more popular ones is to eat better. Hello, I'm Kristen Jackson.
I'm Pedro Echevarria. In our Medical Monday report, we'll tell you why it's better to eat smarter.
We'll also have your weather with Norm Sprouse and all your sports action.
Make the connection Monday morning. Dateline 29 News at sunrise.
When the snow falls this winter, Storm Team 29 will be there with live reports, up-to-the-minute weather forecasts, and all your area closings. Get connected with Storm Team 29.
You remember this? Go ahead, Joe.
Hey.
No
good.
Short.
No good.
Short. Remember that?
Yes.
Used to play that in school all the time. Got in trouble.
No,
Got
I
him
studied
confiscated.
in school. I don't know what you guys did. Whatever.
So anyway, what do you got coming up tonight?
We're going to have highlights of the Rose Bowl, which is going on right now, but 11 o'clock we'll show you what happened with that game and recap some of the other ones.
Okay, see, it's a theme show. Football. Right. Anyway, what's coming up tonight? Can we cool down or
It's
what?
going to be nice.
Good.
Readings in the middle 30s tonight, so is that warm enough for you?
Warm enough.
All right.
Thank you, John.
Good.
See you back here at 11.
Good night.
The party continues on the first day of this new century. Even as the cleanup begins, the celebrations just don't quit, but they are joyful and tranquil.
We're deeply grateful that the celebrations were both jubilant and peaceful.
Americans optimistic about the future.
We're excited about seeing what new advances are going to take place with technology, and we're excited about going forward.
And there is a collective sigh of relief. No trouble, no Y2K glitches.
I'm pleased to report that what you already know, that we don't have anything to report.
And in Russia, the new president wastes no time showing who's in charge. All this on the dawning of a new millennium circling the globe.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News, reported by John Siegenthaler.
Good evening on the first day of 2000 when the world was prepared for something to go wrong. By all accounts, that simply didn't happen. There were no major computer problems reported, and despite the concern about terrorism, the worldwide celebrations were remarkably peaceful. We begin our coverage tonight on the new millennium with NBC's Robert Hager at the Y2K Command Center in Washington. Good evening, Robert.
Good evening, John. Well, things couldn't be going more smoothly. So smoothly, some are even asking if all that preparing was necessary. But the headline is that the hour is come and gone, and on this day after, everything's fine.
Planes are flying, though holiday travel's extremely light. Trains are running. Traffic lights functioning. Lamps lighting. There's not been a single power outage anywhere in the U.S. attributed to a Y2K problem. Cell phones are working, regular phones too. The water's running everywhere, cash machines spitting out money, and the internet operating without delays. The government's Y2K czar, John Koskinen,
think I would say I'm pleasantly surprised. We expected that we would see more difficulties early on, particularly around the world.
The nation's emergency director, James Lee Witt.
I'm pleased to report that what you already know, that we don't have anything to report.
It's been a day for testing, airlines checking things like luggage. The New York Stock Exchange provided this video of testing systems for Monday's reopening of trading. Glitches have been only minor, without affecting service. Small problems fixed quickly at some power plants and with some air traffic control equipment. A malfunction of a military spy satellite, Defense Department's John Hamry.
For a short period of time, we were not able to process the information that the satellites were sending to us, but we're operational now.
Hospital emergency rooms watching for problems with medical equipment, finding none. George Washington University Hospital's Dr. Ray Lucas.
Certainly the flu bug has affected us much more than the Y2K bug, which I think is probably non-existent.
So was all the talk about potential Y2K problems a lot of hype? Ask the nation's retailers who did a brisk business on this New Year's holiday. Kathy Hotka speaks for them.
I know there's been some question about whether all of this time and effort has been wasted. And the answer is a resounding no way.
Officials argue it's all going well only because problems were fixed in advance.
My hope is that people, as they look at the literally billions of dollars spent on this problem, will understand that rather than this being an example of why we shouldn't pay attention to problems, this should be viewed, I think, as a demonstration that a major problem has been met because people paid attention to it and worked together.
And there are a few hurdles left.
Tomorrow will be one test, for instance, when return travel from the holidays picks up. Monday, a big test when much of the nation goes back to work. And tests later, too, leap year day, for instance. But clearly, we're over the biggest hump now, and the Y2K bug has been met and conquered. John?
NBC's Robert Hager at the Y2K Command Center tonight. Thanks. In the nation's capital, as in many cities, the day after a spectacular celebration. This one under the watchful eye of the President and the First Lady. NBC's David Bloom is at the White House tonight. Good evening, David.
Good evening, John. President Clinton says he's just grateful that the New Year's celebrations were both jubilant and peaceful. And tonight, the president's holding out the prospect that the new century might bring, quotes, unprecedented peace, freedom, and prosperity. Here in the nation's capital, as elsewhere, Americans awoke with a sigh of relief and a sense of wonder. Cleaning up from last night.